to another episode of Michigan Pathways. This is your host, John. And before we get into today's show, I just want to kind of announce that beginning in June of this year, it appears Spotify is going to push our recording platforms over to Riverside. And I'm looking at the setup for it. I'm not happy with it. Due to the fact it's a lot more stuff to kind of play around with, if you will. And to this point, Spotify, even Anchor, when I first started with this was simple. Just click, and it did all the editing for you. Now you have to go through and do all your editing, and a lot of features aren't going to be there anymore. So you are going to notice a change here in the near future. I apologize. There's nothing I can do unless I go somewhere else or I figure out another way of doing this. With that being said, let's get into today's show, and we'll hope for the best. So real quick, if you guys have seen the movie A Walk in the Woods, great movie, great movie. Funny as heck, it really is. But I recently went to a Barnes and Nobles down in Ohio, and they actually had a copy of A Walk in the Woods. Read the book, folks, before you watch the movie, because the book really, they all say this, they all say that books do justice or they don't do justice for the film. The Firm was one of those, the book was better than the movie kind of thing. But everybody's different, and when it comes to reading and then seeing the movie, or seeing the movie and then, now I got to read the book. Lord of the Rings, we all know that it was just a tad different, But I'm not here to do book reviews, except for this one. But it's a great read if you guys want to get into it. I also want to give a shout out to Awesome Mitten. AwesomeMitten.com is a really great place for a lot of Michigan news and sports and stuff that's going around. If you're kind of into a particular niche, if you will, or a particular area, they've got it really covered, and it's a really great little site to go to, if you will. Also, give you a shout out to True North Expedition. They're up and running. The Beginners Backpacking Boot Camp starts April 26th through the 25th. It's in Georgetown, Illinois. So if you go over to TrueNorthExpedition.com, and you can definitely sign up and go, folks. If you are a new backpacker, and if you are looking at trying to figure out, and you don't want to do it alone, because a lot of backpackers, they don't want to do it alone. They'd rather have somebody there to kind of help guide them if they really like getting into it. This is definitely one of those places to do it. So hats off to them for setting up stuff like this. And eventually, once you become, a good backpacker and you feel comfortable, now you can go do the advanced. There's an advanced backpacking boot camp as well. I believe it's in the fall. And but they have a lot of other great places. There's Isle Royale, a couple other ones. I know Pictured Rocks is coming up this year. I've kind of put my hat in the ring for that, so I'll definitely be out on Michigan, or on Pictured Rocks for that one, among many other ones. So let's see, looking through my stuff here. Also, this March 2nd. Put it down. It's a Saturday from 9 to 5 is the North Country Trail Hiawatha Shore to Shore chapter. They are going to be at the MSU Livestock Pavilion in East Lansing for the Quiet Adventure Symposium. I will be there. Not sure what time I'm going to get there, but I'm definitely going to, kind of sit there and kind of take in a lot of things. So hopefully I'll be around and about, and We could meet up if you'd like. So other than that, hang around for today's show, and see you in a second. Hey, folks, and glad you guys hung around. So real quick, the show today, I wanted to cover more of the 10 essentials for covers and shelters, but we're getting into the warmer weather, if you will. More we can get out and start hiking some of the trails. So I want to start off with this little quote. I think backpacking is a real symbolic thing. Many of the lessons we learn out here can be applied to everyday life. That's from Maier. And that was the opening to his series that he had of the Yoopers tour. Now, if you've seen the series that he had put out, it was chopped up into 9 segments. Well, I recently found, and he put out the whole thing. It takes about an hour. But folks, the hour-long special is worth it. When I say special, because a lot of footage he didn't have in the other ones is now on this hour-long. So now he takes you through all 9 sections of the North Country Trail that he broke down into like 40, 50-mile increments, okay? So that way you can look at it and go, okay, this is a good little section to do. It's 40, 50 miles. I could start here and I can end here. That is genius, as far as I'm concerned, and that's how I started backpacking. When I looked at it and I go, I can do this in this section. It takes me 3 or 4 days, but you know what? I covered 40 to 50 miles of the North Country Trail, and I covered quite a bit of the UP. And I've done just that. So through the Yoopers tour, he gives you quite a bit, but the movie, and yes, I said movie. If you go to YouTube and you put in Yoopers tour movie, and boom, it'll come up. It's an hour long, a little over an hour, but it's worth it, folks, because there's a lot of footage in there that he didn't have in the other stuff. But if you go look at the individuals, there's a lot of other sections that he covers in there, or sections, or really good views, pictures, videos. Alex is great when it comes to time-lapse video. That's where I've kind of got my niche, if you will, but not as good as him. So he also helped out Annie Nielsen, and she did Wildstories. That's also on YouTube. Now, Annie, to me, kind of put it out there, really enjoying herself, tackling the North Country Trail from Manistee to where she ended up, I believe, in Minnesota, I believe is where she ended up at before she got sick and had to come off of the trail. But in the beginning, it was really great. Now, don't get me wrong, the whole thing was great, but the editing, you kind of picked up on something. It's like she's got great editing techniques, and she did a great job, folks. Don't get me wrong. Then eventually come out that Alex was helping her out. And I thought, this is cool. This is another part of, Alex and his help. And he's helped me out quite a bit too. He's done some interviews here, and we've kind of talked back and forth on the back channels, if you will. But he is a great guy. He's a great fella. He's got a lot of great stuff out there. He does also the such with Amy, his girlfriend, fiance. Do believe they are getting married. But if you guys really want to see how the North Country Trail is broken down and how you can kind of tackle it yourself that way, the Yoopers tour is definitely good. But when you start looking at what Annie had put out, and Alex was able to edit for her to kind of, clean it up, if you will. She's got great footage. She's got a lot of nature, and she really put yourself out there. So if you guys get a chance, go over those that are on YouTube there and take a look and tell me what you guys think. Also, on each one of these episodes, if you're on Spotify, they have Q&As, if you will. If you guys have questions, or if you have something, let me know. I will definitely pick them up, and I will take a look at them. And just going through my notes here, folks. So that's it for today's show. I will get back on trail next week with the breakdown of the 10 essentials as we make the shift into the recording process over here. So you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you on the trail. Take care. Bye.